Hello everyone. So friends, in our previous lecture we saw how we can use the InOrder class to verify certain methods on the mock object, that whether they were called in certain sequence or not. So friends, in this lecture we are going to discuss that Mockito also provides certain methods where we can verify that whether certain methods were called on the mock object, let's say at least or at most times. So for example, let's say I copy this method and I paste it below. I give it a value as 3. So friends, here if you see that here we are simply testing the add book method where we are providing the book request. So here if you see, this is the verification of the save method that it should be called exact 2 times. Now instead of that, Mockito also provides certain methods. Let's say if I just copy this and below that if I paste it, here if you see there is a method at least which takes the minimum number of invocation. So let's say here we have called add.book method 2 times and here we tested that save was called exactly 2 times. So sometimes what happens is we need to simply verify that save was called, let's say, at least once. So if I run the test case now, so it got executed successfully. So friend, let's say if I call add.book method one more time, so we know that save has been called 3 times now. So here let's say I am verifying that at least save should be called 2 times. And if I run the test case, it got executed successfully. So Mockito is only verifying that whether save was called at least 2 times or not. And as save was called 3 times, it ran successfully. And also friend, if I provide a value, let's say 4. So though save was called from the add.book 3 times, if I provide at least 4 value and if I run the test case, so here you can see the test case got failed with the exception as too few actual invocations. So here actual invocations were 3 and here we have provided value 4. So it says that wanted at least 4 times, but it was too few because the save was called 3 times. So it says that too few actual invocations and we are simply providing a value as 4. So friends, similar to this, there is one more method. Just comment this part. Instead of at least, there is a method at most which takes the maximum number of invocations. So here if I provide the value as 3, because 3 times on this book repository save would have been called when we called the add.book 3 times. So here we are simply verifying the at most, which is the maximum number of invocation, to be 3. If I run the test case, so here you can see the test case got executed successfully. So friend, here let's say if I provide the value as 2, so here we are simply verifying that at most 2 times. So if I run the test case, so here you can see the test case got failed with the exception more than allowed actual invocations, saying wanted at most 2 but was 3. So here we are simply verifying that at most 2 should have been called, but actually it was 3. So friends, similar to this, there is one more method, which is at most once. So if I run the test case now, so here if you see, it failed, saying there were 3 calls, and we are simply checking with at most once. So it gave an exception, more than allowed actual invocations, wanted at most 1 time but was 3. And there is one more method, which is at least once. So if I run the test case now, so here if you see, the test case ran successfully because here when we called addBook method 3 times, so save was called 3 times, and we are simply verifying that save should have been called at least once, so which is true. So therefore the test case ran successfully. So friend, in this lecture we saw that how Mockito help us by providing the methods such as at least, at most once, and at least once to verify that whether certain methods on the mock object is been called a certain number of times or not. So friends, I hope you like this video. Have a nice day.